Coming up on WZKY, the Buccos travel to the Bronx to take on the boys in pinstripes, Pirates, Yankees. Up next. Good evening, baseball fans. You are tuning in to WZKY, here for some Pirates baseball, as the Pittsburgh Pirates are here in the Bronx to take on the Bronx Bombers, the New York Yankees. And currently the Pirates are 6.5 games out of first place behind the Reds in the NL Central, and a game out of the wild card. And they're looking to close that gap here in the Bronx. Let's take a look at the lineup that manager Clint Hurdle has put together for this Buccos squad. Leading things off in left field is Starling Marte, followed by the shortstop Jordy Mercer. Center field Andrew McCutchen, catcher Derek Norris, third base Pedro Alvarez, first base Kendrys Morales, right field Josh Harrison, second base Emilio Bonifacio, and rounded out by the newly called up Tommy Medica. And on the mound for the Yankees will be the left-hander CC Sabathia, 6-2 in 12 starts so far in the season with a 3.39 ERA. The man at Vallejo High School in Vallejo, California is getting the nod from Joe Girardi. And Starling Marte digs in the box to lead things off. He's hitting .256 with 7 home runs and 12 stolen bases on the team. He's only the leadoff man against left-handers, hence why he's leading off against CC. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's popped behind the plate. That's going to be a tough play, but McCann is there to put it away. And that's one out here at the top of the first. Let's take a look at CC Sabathia's scouting report. He's got a four-seamer that maxed out at 94, then a slider, a sinker, a changeup, and his sweeping curve is his slowest pitch that can go all the way down to 74 on the gun. Here comes Jordy Mercer, who's been a pleasant surprise, hitting over .333 on the season. He struggled last year, but he's picked things up here in 2015 as he pops that first pitch up into right field. And Carlos Beltran is there to put it away for the second out of the ball game. And he'll come trotting into the dugout. And here comes Andrew McCutchen, hitting .293, leading the Pirates with 15 home runs on the season. He really is the heart and soul of this Buccos team. We have 2 outs in the inning, 1-2 count on Kutch. The kick and the pitch from Sabathia is swung on in the dirt. That's going to be a third strike, but they do have to throw out, and they do get him at first. So that is the final out of the inning after the end of the top of the first. It's still 0-0. We'll be right back here on WZKY. Ooh, welcome back to Pirates Baseball here on WZKY. Let's take a look at the lineup that manager Joe Girardi has put together for the Bronx Bombers. Leading off in left field is Brett Gardner, followed by Martin Prado, the DH, Ellsbury in center, Teixeira at first, McCann catching Aramis Ramirez at third, Stephen Drew at short, right field Carlos Beltran, and second base is Josh Satin. And on the mound for the Buccos is the right-hander making his first Major League start, J.R. Graham, recently called up due to some pitching struggles. And this man out of Santa Clara University is making his first big league start against the Pinstripes here in the Bronx. And here comes Brett Gardner to lead things off for the Yankees, hitting .278 with 25 RBIs, which are each respectable stats, and he does lead the American League in stolen bases with 18. And here's J.R. Graham ready to deliver the first pitch of the ballgame. That's going to be smacked down the line, gloved by Alvarez with a nice play, but he cannot get the speedy Brett Gardner out at first base. And that is something that man has and he utilizes a lot of. Like I said, he leads the American League in stolen bases. So here's Martin Prado, who's on a tear lately in his last 9 games, hitting a monstrous .439. J.R. Graham sets to the chest. Here comes the pitch. Gardner takes off for second. And the throw from Norris is not in time, so Brett Gardner has himself a stolen base, and he's in scoring position here. 2 pitches already for J.R. Graham, and they're on second base. Here comes the third pitch, and Brett Gardner takes off for third, and he's in there as the throw is well late, and Brett Gardner is already on third base. 3 pitches into the ball game now. 3-0 count on Prado. Here comes the pitch, and that is going to be ball 4. Take your base, Martin Prado. We'll have first and third upcoming for Jacoby Ellsbury and a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be grounded to Alvarez. He fires the second. Bonifacio gets the first at. He turns the first and gets him at first. That is a double play, but the run does come around to score, and the Yankees are in the lead 1-0 here. 2 outs now. The pitch from Graham, and Teixeira gives this one a ride into the left center gap. That's in Death Valley. And Marte is going to field that one, headed into the cutoff man. But Teixeira is in there with a double. Here with 2 outs in the inning, keeping them alive. Full count on Brian McCann. The pitch from Graham is swung through the cutter. J.R. Graham picks up his first career strikeout against the Yankees catcher Brian McCann. And the Yankees are in the lead 1-0 over the Buccos. We'll be right back here on WZKY. Welcome back to the top of the first here on WZKY for some more Pirates baseball. Derek Norris digs in for the Buccos, hitting .385 in his last 5 games. Here comes the pitch from CeCe, and Norris gives us one a ride opposite field. That's a hard hit ball, and it's going to be off the wall just short of the home run. Norris is into second base head first, and he beats the throw. That's a lead-off double for Derek Norris, the newly acquired catcher, who's been with the Buccos for about a month and a half now. Here's Pedro Alvarez, and he's going to ground this one to Aramis Ramirez at third. They're going to get him at first, but Norris is heading to third. The throw, and it's going to be an error committed by Aramis Ramirez. He cannot handle the throw from Teixeira. So we have a runner on third with 1 out. 1-1 count on Kendrys Morales. The pitch is grounded up the middle. Satin is there. He has a jump throw to first base. They get Morales at first. But Norris comes home to score. We have a tie ball game here in the Bronx. It's 1-1. And here's Josh Harrison digs in now. 0-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. The pitch from Sabathia is lined directly at Aramis Ramirez, and he puts that one away. No problem, no error on that one. And we are all tied up at 1 here at the end of the top of the first, top of the second. We'll be right back here on WZKY. Welcome back to some Pirates baseball here on WZKY. We're here in the bottom half of the 5th, still 1-1, and the pitch from Graham is going to be grounded to the shortstop Mercer as he fires the first, and they get the leadoff man, Stephen Drew, out in the inning. Next batter up is Carlos Beltran, 2-2 count. The pitch from Graham is a swing right through the running fastball. That's J.R. Graham, strikeout. And we have 2 outs in the inning now for Josh Satin, who's 1 for 1 with a single back in the 3rd inning on the day. This is the new second baseman 2 years after the departure of Robinson Cano. The 2-1 count is given a ride into right field. That's a short porch, and it just clears over the porch, just outstretches the glove of Josh Harrison, and Josh Satin has himself a solo shot here over that short right field porch to give the Yankees a 2-1 lead over the Buccos here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2 outs now, runner on first. The pitch to Prado is given a ride. That's back into Death Valley. McCutchen is there. Man, that guy has range, and he shows it off right there. He gets back, and he saves that from possibly another run. It's still 2-1 Yankees. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pirates Baseball here on WZKY. Andrew McCutchen digs in now for the Buccos. He's 1 for 2 with a single back in the top of the 4th. We're here at the top of the 6th now. Here comes the pitch from Sabathia, and McCutchen gets a hold of that one. That's dead center field. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Andrew McCutchen absolutely destroys that ball to dead center field. That is his 16th home run of the season, and he has tied this ball game up for the Buccos. And next batter up will be Derek Norris. Still no outs. The windup from CeCe, and that's going to be grounded to the 3rd baseman Ramirez. He fields it, fires over to first across the diamond, and Teixeira puts that one away, and we have 1 out in the inning now. Next batter up is the big bull, Pedro Alvarez. The kick and the pitch from Sabathia. That's going to be popped up into left field. He hit it opposite way, but the shift will not hurt them as Brett Gardner is there. He puts it away for the 2nd out of the inning. And now with 2 outs, 0-1 count. Here's Kendrys Morales. The kick and the pitch from Sabathia. That's chopped right back to CeCe. He feels this one no problem. Fires over to first. And we are out of the top of the 6th inning now, but not after Andrew McCutchen ties this ball game up at 2. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Pirates Baseball here on WZKY. It is a 3-3 tie now here in the bottom half of the 9th. The Yankees needing to get something going, but Tony Watson strikes out Aramis Ramirez on the cutter. And there's one down here in the bottom half of the 9th. So here comes Scott Sizemore into pinch hit for Stephen Drew. One out in the inning, 0-2 count on Sizemore. There comes the delivery from Watson, and that's laced over the head of the jumping Pedro Alvarez at third base. And Scott Sizemore has himself a base hit. He's on first base. And now we'll have another pinch hitter coming in. This time it is Alex Rodriguez. He's a bench player now for the Yankees after all those successful years of being their star third baseman. 2-2 count on A-Rod. The pitcher Watson is down the line past the diving glove of Alvarez. And we have runners on first and second now for the Yankees here in the bottom half of the 9th with one out. And they have a chance to walk off here. 0-2 count. And that's swung through by Josh Satin as he goes down swinging from Tony Watson, and they are an out away from heading to extra innings. 0-1 count on Brett Gardner. The pitcher Watson is lined into left field. That's going to land in front of Starling Marte. He comes home with it, but the runner is going to hold up at third base. We will have bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 9th. 0-2 count. The pitch from Watson is lined into right field. Hard hit ball, but it's hard hit right into the glove of Josh Harrison. He puts it away, and we have free baseball here in the Bronx, ladies and gentlemen. We are all tied up at 3 runs, 3 hits. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Pirates Baseball here on WZKY. Derek Norris digs in for the Buccos, who's 1 for 4 on the day with a double back in the top of the 2nd. Here comes the pitcher, Michael Pineda. He takes that one up the gut for a base hit. That gets past Scott Sizemore, who cannot field that one, and we've got ourselves a base hit for the Buccos and a base runner here in the top of the 11th inning. 3-1 count now in the big bull, Pedro Alvarez. Runner on first. Pineda gets set at the chest. Here comes the pitch, and you can kiss that one goodbye. Clear the deck, cannonball coming. The Buccos have the lead now as Pedro Alvarez, the big bull, connects with his 10th home run of the season. And now the Buccos are in the lead by a score of 5-3 over the Yankees here in extra innings. And the Yankees are going to bring in John Lannon, left-hander, out of the bullpen. 24 games up here, 2-3 record with a 6.04 ERA, which is quite high. 44.2 innings pitched, 24 walks, and 17 strikeouts on the season so far. He'll come in here to try to stop the bleeding. 0-2 count with 1 out on Josh Harrison. The kick and the pitch from Lannon is lined up the middle. That gets past Sizemore, who was nowhere near that ball. And Josh Harrison has himself a base hit. He's on first base. Still 1 out in the inning. Emilio Bonifacio digs in the pitch, and Harrison takes off for second. He slides in head first. The throw is late and offline. And J-Hay has himself a stolen base. He's in scoring position. 1-1 count now on Bonifacio. Lannon looks down the runner. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be popped sky high into center field. Ellsbury is going to have to run in a bit, but he's there to put that one away. Harrison heads back to second base, and we will have 2 outs now in the inning. 1-2 count now on Tommy Medica, the newly called up from the AAA Indianapolis. Here comes the pitch from Lannon. That's going to get past the catcher McCann, and Harrison is going to advance to third base with ease. A slide for some style points. And he's into third base now, even better scoring position. So full count on Medica. The kick and the pitch from Lannon, and Tommy Medica gets a hold of this one. That's out of here. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Tommy Medica, the newly called up Indianapolis Indian from AAA, picks up his first home run as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He had 10 RBIs, 2 home runs in his last 10 with Indianapolis, and we now have a 7-3 score. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Lannon. That's grounded up the middle by Kutch. Satin's there. He fires the first. and they are finally out of this top of the 11th dreadful inning for the Yankees. Amazing for the Pirates as they are in the lead 7-3 now. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Pirates Baseball here on WZKY. We're in the bottom half of the 11th. Not a save opportunity, so Brandon Compton's on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That's grounded to Alvarez at third. He fires the first, takes his time, and that's one down here in the bottom half of the 11th. 2-0 count here on Sizemore. The pitch is also grounded right to Alvarez. No problem fielding that one. He fires the first, and we have 2 down now in the inning. And their last chance will be Alex Rodriguez. 2-2 count is going to be lined up the middle, and that's past the diving glove of Emilio Bonifacio. And A-Rod comes up with a hit to keep the Bronx Bombers alive. So with the runner on first being A-Rod, 2-2 count on Josh Satin. Here comes the pitch from Compton. That's going to be lofted into right field. Josh Harrison's there. He puts it away for the final out of the ball game. Brandon Compton picks up his second win of the season and the Buccos' 39th win of the season. You can raise the Jolly Roger as the Buccos come away with the win here in the Bronx over the New York Yankees. In J.R. Graham's first Major League start, he pitched 5 2/3 innings, giving up 7 hits, which is quite high, but only gave up 3 earned runs and 5 Ks. He did pick up a no decision, but nonetheless, he got the job done as the Buccos did come away with the win. And with that being said, we'll wrap things up here at Yankee Stadium. Don't forget to tune in next time here on WZKY for the next edition of Pirates Baseball. I've been your host, JerseyBorn, and I'm saying goodbye.